Hi, so I decided to make another video. This video will be about minimalism, being a minimalist and living that type of lifestyle. So I wanted to talk about that and how I don't feel like being a minimalist or living that type of lifestyle is a one size fits all. And what I mean by that is like people who are like, oh, everything has to fit into my backpack, or even with their clothes, they have to have, a certain amount of jeans and certain amount of shirts and these many pairs of shoes and stuff like that, or even with their furniture in their room. I think some people, they like the neutral style, neutral, all white, not too many colors and stuff like that. See, I don't believe that. I feel like you can be a minimalist and you can have as many clothes as you want. I feel like you can have as many things as you want, but just not like an excess of stuff and stuff that you don't need and stuff that you don't use. If someone was to come in my closet and look at my clothes, they would be like, oh, you're probably not minimalist, because I have lots of shirts and all this stuff, and I don't have a lot of shoes, but I don't have like a tiny bit of shoes. And even with my room, like I don't like the way my room is now, but when I design it, I'm not going to paint it all white or like all neutral and have neutral stuff in my room. I want to paint it purple. I'm going to have purple, and all the furniture in my room is going to be dark, and I want to have plants all around and stuff like that. So I feel like, minimalism is not this, it's not this set of rules where like you have to do it, you have to have you have to have these certain amount of things, or your room has to look this certain way, or you have to have these many pairs of clothes and shoes and stuff. I don't feel like that. I feel like for me, minimalism is just, it's getting rid of like the excess. It's getting rid of stuff that you don't need. It's getting rid of stuff that you don't use, and it's getting rid of stuff that has no value to you and has no purpose to you. Because there are things in my room that I have, but I don't use them every day. Like my camera. My camera is in this bag that I bought at the Home Goods. It's like this tiny cloth bag, and I have it up on my bookshelf, but I don't use it every day. There's certain things that I have out, my basket with like my notebooks and stuff, but I don't use that stuff every day. And I don't want to put it away, because even though I don't use it every day, but I use it, but it's not like I don't ever use it though. I use it, but just not every day, or it's not as often as other things. And the things that I do, I try not to have a lot of stuff in storage, because I keep getting rid of stuff. And like with my mom, she likes to buy me clothes, which I don't understand why, because I don't really have anywhere to go, so that doesn't really make any sense. So when she buys me clothes, I've started this thing with myself where when December comes, I go through everything in my room, and everything that I haven't used for the whole year, any type of clothing that I haven't worn, any type of shoes that I haven't worn that I don't like, I put them in the bag and I give them away. And I decided to do that instead of doing it sporadically, like, oh, let me give this away or whatever. I just wait till December comes and I go through the whole year of, what do I have? Do I want this? Did I use this? Do I like this? Does this make me feel good? So I try to do that, and the only things that are in storage are in my closet. In the bottom, I have pads, organic pads. I have like fake hair, so that if I decide to let my hair go back, I won't have to buy that hair. I already have some saved. And that's basically it. And then I have my shoes, and on the top shelf I have like my suitcase, my bags, a basket with like hairpins and like my brush and my comb and stuff like that. And then I have my towels and my bedding, and that's it. Like I try not to keep anything in storage, because then I feel like, okay, if I have it in storage, that means I'm keeping it for a reason. What is the reason I'm keeping this? So as of now, like nothing that I have is in storage, like nothing at all, nothing, which I like. So I don't know, I just wanted to say, like, I don't feel like it's a one size fits all, because different people have different lifestyles. For someone with a child or for someone with a family, I feel like people with families can be minimalist too, and they can have that type of lifestyle. But I feel like for them it would probably be, I don't want to say it would be harder, but I think it wouldn't be as easy for them as it would be for me. I don't have children, I don't have a partner. You know, if I was to move out, I don't think I would have a lot of boxes to put my stuff in, you know. But I don't think it's like you have to be like this and like this and like this. I feel like you have to look at your lifestyle and think, okay, I'm this type of person, I stay home all the time or I go out all the time. You know, what do I use often? What do I not use? You know, do I want stuff in storage? Am I going to keep this? So I feel like, you know, when it comes to this lifestyle, you have to ask yourself questions and apply that to your lifestyle. Like, I'm somebody, if I had a job and I had money, I wouldn't buy clothes to go out in because I don't go out that much. I would buy clothes to stay in the house because I spend the majority of my time at home anyways. You know, I don't like a lot of decorative items. Like, I'm not gonna put something on a shelf just because the shelf is empty, you know. And even if I like it, it's like, okay, am I buying it because I really want it, or am I buying it because, you know, the space is supposed to have stuff in it, and if it doesn't have something in there, then it looks weird, or, you know. So yeah, so that's how I've applied it to my life. Like, you know, I'm even when I go to the store now, if I have a little bit of change, even if I look at something and I'm like, oh, it's pretty, like, I try not to buy it out of impulse, and I really try. It's like a conscious thing, it's not unconscious, you know, because the other part of me is like, oh, buy it, this is pretty, you know. But then I have to ask myself, okay, well, what if I buy it? Where am I going to put it in my room? Am I going to use it? You know, what am I going to be using it for? Like, is this for storage? Is this because I want it? Is this because it's an impulse buying and I'm just buying it because it looks pretty and nice? You know, so you have to ask yourselves those questions when you're, my TV's acting weird, when you have to you know, figure out if this lifestyle is for you. And, you know, I've gotten rid of like a bunch of stuff. I think from 2015 to 2016, I packed all my stuff. You know, I got rid of like a bunch of clothes. There were things that I bought at like Home Goods that I thought that I needed for storage, but I got rid of all of them. There was stuff underneath my bed from like my sister when she was in high school, like pictures of her and stuff like that, and photo albums in these plastic cases underneath my bed, but I cleared all of them out. So it's only the plastic cases, and I only have suitcases that my mom is keeping, and I don't understand why, because the suitcases are old and we can't use them. So even when we do travel, and I have a suitcase I can use, and she has a suitcase, so I don't know why she's keeping them. They're torn and they're not usable. But anyway, you know, so I got rid of that. I don't know, I've just gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I finally like that my room is like finally clutter free. The only thing I don't like is that the decorations, you know, there's certain decorations that I want it to have like a vintage look feel. It doesn't, at this moment it doesn't look like that, but hopefully eventually it's gonna look like that. But I like, and even now I like when I clean and when I move stuff, when I dust off the tables, I don't have to think about, I don't ever have to ask myself, where am I gonna put this? You know, what am I using this for? When I move it and when I clean up the area, I just put it back and I'm done. Like, I love that, you know. And I don't like to clean that much. I don't really like cleaning, but I love that, you know. And even now with like, I still have a little bit of stuff, but even now, like, I'll be like, do I need this? You know, I'm still getting rid of stuff now, and everything in my room, I try to put it on display. I try not to have anything like in storage except for, you know, my pads and my hair. That's not stuff I'm gonna use every day unless it's that time of the month, whatever. And I don't have hair clearly right now, so everything I use, I try to put it in storage. I try to have it on display, you know, so that I can see it and it's there, and it's like, okay, yeah. You know, even this, I have this folder on this table, and it's like filled with like my card information, my debit card information from student loans, and it's like a black binder, and I just put everything in there, and I minimized it, you know, down, stuff like that. And that's where my passport is, my social security card, that's where all those things are in. And just one folder where I just put everything in, so it's not cluttered and everywhere. I don't like that, you know. So I don't know, I feel like that fits me, and I feel like minimalism is not this, you have to dress like this, you have to have this many amount of clothes, your bedroom has to look like this, it has to be this color, you can't have this in your room, and if you do, it's not being real minimalist, blah blah blah. No, you know. Anyway, I mean, some things, you know, I don't know, and even with other things in my life, like with my apps on my phone, the background pictures that I try to make everything minimalistic in a way, kind of, you know. So, you know, and I want to, even with like tattoos on my body, I want to get more tattoos, but then I don't want to like have tattoos like all here and here, and it's like, it's so much, you know. I still want it to be minimal even on my body, you know. So I'm trying to incorporate it into other aspects of my life too, you know. So yeah, you know, so I feel like, you know, minimalism is not this just one rigid thing where it's like it has to look like this, and if it doesn't look like this, then that means you're not a real minimalist. Because I don't think that's true, because everyone is different and everyone has different lifestyles. So what is going to work for me is obviously not going to work for someone who has like 5 kids, or someone who has 3 kids, or someone who's a traveling person who doesn't stay home all the time, you know. So that's what I wanted to say. So, you know, until next time, bye.